This the new Let's Get It Sports Talk, broadcasting live on weekends, exclusively on Facebook and the Four Walls Foundation YouTube channel. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the new Let's Get It Sports Talk. I am one of the hosts, Doc Bryce. I'm here with my man, Coach Marcus Bullitt, as the other host, and I'm also with our other new host, Coach Fred Batty. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
It's a lot of hosts, right?
Yeah.
We're going to work it out. I'm just going to say, hey, I'm here with Marcus and Fred. You know what I'm saying? We're going to shorten it, though. But what's good? How y'all doing? How you doing, Fred?
I'm good. In-service started this week, so we're back.
Oh, you back in?
Yeah, we're back. Long days, man. So
wow.
It's it'll be good to be back.
Any interest in in-service? Like what in-service will you say is like, okay, you know what? Yo, you know what? I'm going to pay attention. Well, you know what? That's not fair because I don't want to create the narrative that you're not paying attention.
No, I'm always paying attention.
Right, exactly. So which one really struck you like, I like this, and you took some notes. There we go.
The one day we were able to kind of revamp the curriculum. It had been a while since we kind of revamped it, so to kind of make it more modern. And then hit things, emphasize on things. Want to emphasize things on, take some things out there kind of old and dated. So that was the one thing that was pretty interesting. That's what's up. Okay, all right. MB, what's good with you, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I wish I had those in service where I felt like this was the way I got. I don't have that.
It's gotta be tough because you're by yourself.
By myself.
Yeah.
But the problem I have with it is that I get grouped in with everybody else, which is fine. But we're talking about things that happen in a classroom. And I'm like, I'm not in a classroom. Like, this doesn't pertain to me. Like,
right.
And then I got caught because one of the speakers, bringing the guest speakers or whatever, and it was a male, and I'm like the only male teacher. So he was like, he thought we had it was me and him against everybody.
Right.
I'm like, nah, bro, you on your own. He starts putting everything in sports terms, and he's like asking me questions, and I'm like, come on, yo, man, I got stuff to do here. Like,
right.
Doing,
you try to form an alliance.
Yeah, so it was all good though. It was good. No, everything's going well. I went to a casino last night.
Oh, okay.
I think it's called Live down in Philly. Kind of a spur of the moment thing. My wife, she's like, let's go. I'm like, all right.
Is that the one by the not to cut you, it's by the stadium?
Right by the stadium.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
So she went on a cruise, and I guess on the cruise, they had a casino, and she would learn how to play roulette. So, and on the cruise, it was kind of like a baby roulette. So like the dealer's like helping her and teaching her how to do it as she goes.
Right.
And then we get into here, and she's like thinking that these dealers are going to be like that. And this guy's like, yo, get. And she's like, she didn't know what to do.
Wow.
But it was good. Like, so I lost $200.
Okay.
She won $1,100.
Oh, so everybody won.
So everybody won. So it was good. But no, you know what? I did realize it took us 15 minutes to get down there. We stayed for literally probably an hour and a half, 15 minutes back. It was cool. Like, just something to do on, like, just get out real quick, go,
Yeah, and come up $900.
Come up $900.
Absolutely.
And even if I would have left minus $200,
a good time.
That would have been cool because it wasn't like an hour drive down to AC.
Right.
It was just quick, and it was right after the Phillies game. So I was like, why are we doing this right now? It's going to be packed. The parking's going to be terrible. But it wasn't. It was quick. So,
wow.
It was a good time. Good time.
That's good.
How's everything with you?
Not too bad. Listen, just navigating. First day back to work, Tuesday. That's when our in-services begin. So I've looked on the schedule, and I'm just excited. I think we get free breakfast.
Yeah.
One of them days, the first day. But they're clear. But then for lunch, it says lunch on your own. They make that bold. You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited to be back, excited to see some people, whatever. But listen, we went to Philly Live. So how is it I've never been inside. It's nice in there? Or what?
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
You know what I don't like about it? You can smoke in there. I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, you know what this? It must be like, because I went to the one out in Ben Salem. I saw somebody there, and they were smoking up in there too.
I was like, whoa! I smelled it. I'm like, and I'm talking, cigarettes.
Yeah, I know you wasn't talking about them flowers,
but like
I know.
cigarettes, and I'm like, wait, what is going on in here?
Right.
The guy right 2 people away from me just smoking. I'm like,
Yeah.
You can do that? Like,
that must be a PA thing.
and just not used,
Yeah.
not used to it. So, but it was nice. It was good, good time. Good time.
That's good. That's good. So, I mean, listen, I know you mentioned that, the Phillies game and you were like, why are we doing this, right? Speak of the Phillies, what's going on with that?
We're just kind of staying alive.
Okay. All right.
We have lost 7-2 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, the Braves pitcher is one of the best pitchers in the league. I think he has the lowest ERA in the league right now.
Okay.
But then even the day before when we won 5-4, we were down 4-0. So
Right.
it's still not, they're not the team that they were at the beginning of the season.
Sure.
So they're still, it's just staying alive right now and trying to coast on it and hope nothing crazy happens.
Now Bryce Harper is a little hurt, from what I understand. He's got like an elbow or something like that, where he's not doing too. I guess it's like one of them lingering injuries like that. I know that they did win the first game and then they lost this game, right? But it really hasn't been a good week for them. Neither for my Yankees either, though. It's been kind of up and down. We lost to the. I always want to say the Guardians, but no, they're the Nationals. We lost to the Nationals or whatever. But that's not really like a potential playoff team.
For sure.
But this Phillies in Atlanta, that's a potential.
Yeah.
And we definitely gotta win this one tonight. You know what I'm saying, today.
Yeah, I mean, I think in reality, it's a 4-game series. I think they got to win the next 2.
Oh, it's 2 more. Okay.
So I think they
Okay.
they play tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think you got to win both of them. I think you're 5 up right now on the Braves. If gotta stay there because you're not playing well. Whatever's happening, whatever magic Rob Thompson is trying, it's not working.
It's not working.
Nothing's changing. So, right now it's really they're just trying to hope something happens positively, and because nobody's out there really making things happen. Like they'll have a guy who has a good game here, a good game there, but they're struggling to put it all together.
Yeah, I think sometimes you gotta get back to playing, baseball and some of the theatrics need to kind of go like the Schwarbomber or whatever. Right. So that's what I'm saying, right? But let me ask you, Fred, do you see this descend of the Phillies is kind of comparable to last year's descent of the Eagles?
Yeah, I think a team that has, sometimes you'll see a team that has a lot of playoff success. Mm-hmm. Once they get to year 3 and 4, that kind of regular season, it just becomes monotonous.
Right.
And they're in a stretch where they're playing, 24, how many days are they playing? It's like 24, 3 straight days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So I just think, I hope, I want to say once the playoffs start, things will turn around.
Right.
It did look like they had it turned around for a stretch, and hopefully they can get it back, by September, mid-September, and roll in October pretty hot.
So I think that now, would you agree? Next question: would you agree that if they don't get past the first round, Thompson's gone? I think you have to make a change because I think the team was trending in the right direction and it doesn't seem like it's going in that way. I do think though one of the biggest reason is your pitching, and it's the same reason that we have with the problems with the Yankees. The pitching is just not top tier like it needs to be. Yeah. So who pitched last night? Do y'all know?
Ranger.
Oh, so but he's still coming back.
So he came back first outing. He was great. His first back.
Okay.
Even the first 2 or 3 innings yesterday, he was very good.
Okay.
And then they just got to
they started smacking him around.
So. But no, I 100% agree with you. Now on the Thompson thing, I think it depends on how they lose. I think if like you said, if they lose in the first round and the pitching's really bad or they just don't hit, I don't think they make a move yet. I think you give him another year, and I think a lot of it has to do with the players. I think the players really like him.
Okay.
So I think you'll
take that into consideration.
Yeah. So I think that'll help him. And I don't think it's on him. I don't think it's him. I think, guys got to step up and do your job.
No, I agree. And I guess you feel the same way.
Yeah, I think if we're talking about the pitching struggling and guys are struggling at the plate, I don't know how that goes back on the manager. Like, I think if the lineup's not working or if he's not throwing guys in the right order, then you have those issues. But if the pitchers are struggling, I know Harper was hurt. I know Trey Turner's been up and down. Right. Started off really hot, and he's kind of struggled recently. But like Marcus said, I think those guys have a good relationship with him.
Sure.
So to break that for you have no idea what's coming with the next guy. So I think they'd want to keep it going for at least another year.
Sure.
And then they can all kind of look in the mirror and say, what do we need to do here?
See, the only thing that I say where I agree with, I mean, maybe that's so, but I've seen him as far as the pitching, like, leaving Alvarado in too long. You know what I'm saying? And then I forget who it was, but I feel like he gave up like 2 or 3 home runs in a row. It was like last week. I don't know who this pitcher was, but I know I think last show I went in on him. I'm like, yo, how do you keep him in there? And he's getting spanked around. And on TV, his face looks defeated. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I'm like, is he making the right managerial decisions? Is he pushing the right buttons?
Yeah, I think this goes back to what we talked about before. Also, like he keeps playing for the playoffs.
Okay.
To save guys for the playoffs, to make sure everybody's healthy. So, like the other day, they played the Astros. Taijuan Walker's on the mound, who's been absolutely horrible, and he gives up 6 runs, I believe it was, in 4 innings. Mm-hmm. And they're getting ready to pull him, and he goes up to Thompson's like, no, let me go back out there, and he sent him back out there.
Right. Exactly.
And now he got through the 6th inning. Now, the thought process is, okay, great. Now we can save our bullpen for this Braves series. But we got to win.
We got to win games. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. See, he's kind of reminding me of like Charlie Murphy. I'm not Charlie Murphy. Charlie, that's my guy, though. Charlie Murphy. Charlie Manuel. You know what I'm saying? He's reminding me of Charlie Manuel because I'll never forget. And even though he won that World Series for the Phillies, I won't forget 2011. That I won't ever forget. They had, 160-something wins. Number 1 in the East, had murderer's row with the pitching, and he decided to kind of take his foot off the gas late in the season, and they were done in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't agree with that, taking the foot off the gas. I think you have to keep playing, especially to get victories.
And especially when you're struggling. I think when you're struggling, every game matters. Every decision matters. It's one thing when you're rolling and you're like, you know what, let's leave him out there, see what happens. But when your team's struggling, and I think every win, every play, every inning is important to try to turn things around.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's get into this college football a little bit. Did you guys watch any games so far?
I you know what? I was watching Dion in them. Mm-hmm. I was watching the Colorado. Was that Thursday? I was watching the Colorado.
Thursday night,
that was pretty.
What are your thoughts on Colorado and where they're at? And
I'll let you go, Fred.
The hype's not the same. I think their team's a little bit better. They're a little bit better up front than they were last year, but still not where they can compete like on with the big guys. Just because up front they don't have the guys. Like I saw late in that game. They had a chance to run the clock out, and they just don't have the guys up front to do it. So that's going to hurt them.
When you say up front, you're talking about the line,
the offensive line.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just don't have the guys. To protect Shedeur, and they were in a situation they're up 5, get the ball back with 3 minutes left. That's time where you just put it away, and they just didn't have the guys up front to do it. But Shedeur is amazing. Yeah, he has a lot of weapons out there. And he just makes plays, and he's resilient. He's poised. So he's able to put them on his back at times. They're exciting to watch.
Shedeur is he's tough. He is really tough. You know what? When you said the hype is not the same, what did you mean by that? I'm curious about that.
Well, you're going from year 1 where it's all this anticipation of what's Deion's first year going to look like.
Sure.
And now that we know that they're going to be kind of a middle of the pack team,
Okay.
The hype's not the same.
Okay.
I think we were all anticipating like Deion's going to come in and then take it to a next level.
Right.
And then especially when they win that first game and it was those first couple and it's exciting. But then you see them against Oregon.
Right.
And you go, all right, well, they got a lot of work to do.
Right.
But I mean, Colorado was what before he got there? A 1-win team.
Yeah.
Right.
So it takes time to get those guys to,
Right.
to get it going.
My only thing, I'm on the fence with Deion, you know what I mean? Because I just didn't like the way he left Jackson State. And I should do a comparison to see how they've been doing since he did leave versus Colorado. I noticed that he doesn't really have much to say about Colorado. So I'm assuming that must be like the perfect situation. There's no problems going on. I don't know, but I do want him to be successful. Shador's a problem. Do you think he's a NFL quarterback though?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. So like another like top draft pick type, you know what I'm saying? Like first round?
Yeah.
I would say so.
I think so.
Okay. That's for sure.
Because I just look at the numbers he's putting up with one of the worst offensive lines in this conference. So you give him some protection, you give him some, some more weapons on the outside. He's good.
Yeah.
And Travis Hunter, I mean, like that's something I don't know if I've ever seen that as a college football player where they play both sides of the ball so effectively. And it was like they showed the video where he was complaining. He's like, "Yo, they keep grabbing me. They keep, I can't get. They're just not letting me get open." And Shador just said, "Catch the ball anyway."
Right.
And then the next drive, he went out there and had some freak catch like for a touchdown, and it was like he's different. I think he's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
And usually when people play like both sides of the ball, like he'll play, a series here on offense going for a special situation, but he's like legit going,
Yeah.
And he's a shutdown corner.
Right.
So yeah, he's special. He's special.
So he's a lot like his pops to a certain extent. As his pops can play, multiple.
Well, I'm talking about
Hunter.
Travis.
Oh, you're talking about Travis Hunter, pardon me. Okay, I think you're talking about Shador.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, listen, Deion, I don't know. I'm a fan of his, but I just didn't like that. Is Colorado getting the shine strictly because of Deion? That's the only reason why they're on TV. It's the only reason why anything, right?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
So I guess that's a good thing, and he's creating a situation for his son too.
Absolutely.
All right. So it's funny because you don't really see people that knock him for that, like they knock LeBron for Bronny. What's the difference between Bronny James and Shedeur Sanders? What's the difference? Because that's of both fathers have created a pathway for them to be successful in a professional league.
Well,
I mean,
Shador's not a professional yet.
Okay, that's
So I
true.
think that
That's
has something
fair.
to do with
That's fair. Okay.
Right. So I think that has a big thing to do with it. And I think because LeBron created the path, and don't get me wrong, I think Bronny's an NBA player. So I'm not saying, and I think for him to go 55 isn't insane because every draft pick is taken off your potential anyway. So, and I think he has the potential to be a very good NBA player. But I think the narrative is different because Bronny is seen as not elite, where Shedeur is elite. If Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter aren't at Colorado, I don't think the hype is as big as it is.
Got you. Okay.
So I think they help. Now, the hype's there because of Deion, but I think they help bring more hype because of how talented they are and that stuff. So if Deion was at Colorado with Colorado's old team, we're not having this conversation right now.
Okay.
Right? Now, they're better. They're middle of the road. They'll probably be 500 somewhere in there. But they have these stars.
Right, that can help.
So, that's why we continue talking about. But I think Shedeur Sanders is seen as an elite quarterback, a first-round draft pick, which is, in NBA terms, that's like saying you're top 10.
You're top 10, right.
Right? So I think that's kind of the difference why he doesn't get that.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Fred?
No, I just kind of echo the same thoughts Marcus had. I think the thing is, you put Shedeur anywhere in the country, and he kind of shines.
Right. Okay.
And he was looked at as one of the top quarterbacks. I think he only went to Jackson State because his dad was there. He could have had his choice of going anywhere in the country.
Right.
And Bronny had some other issues at USC, but I don't think Bronny was ever seen as one of the top players at his position. So I think that's the difference between those two guys.
Okay. All right. Okay. And I'm hoping that Bronny, you said that he's an NBA player. You're just saying that because you saw like some of his skill or something like that, or you just saying because he's got his father's genes and you think that LeBron can kind of shape and mold him a little bit.
I think because of what I've seen from him in the past with his ability to how athletic he is. Okay. I think he's going to have the ability to shoot the ball because I think he's going to work to be able to shoot the ball. Okay. I think he has the ability to be a solid defender. And if you can do those, if you're athletic, can shoot the three and be a defender, you can be a backup point guard in the league for 10 years.
For 10 years. That's true.
Right. And I think he'll be able to do that. Like, I'm not saying he's going to come in and
dominate,
be an all-star,
right. You don't see him doing like a Brandon Jennings type.
No, he's not. He's never. I don't think he's going to be that explosive of a scorer or anything like that. But I think he plays the game the right way. Like he knows how to play. Like he's been around the NBA for a long time, so he knows what it is. Right. I think that's going to help him.
So almost like a Robert Pack. You don't remember Robert Pack?
I do.
Yeah, it's like a Robert Pack type.
Yeah, that definitely would have been the first name that came to my mind.
I think of like a Gary Payton II, like somebody who is 6'3", 6'4", who's able to defend. He's a guy that he's a good piece on your team. Okay, he's a good piece in your second group.
The second unit. Okay, all right, good stuff. All right, so listen, our next topic of conversation, next segment, since we were talking about basketball, we're gonna go kind of a little out of order. Did you guys watch the WNBA game last night?
I did not see it.
Okay, so we're back on the Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, right? Okay, so let's just be honest. Coach MB, you've mentioned about the baby double, right? So and that's you hear good conversation, you keep it in your peripherals, right? So I'm watching the game last night, and I'm like, okay. This is real baby. You know what I'm saying? So now you got these two brands, right? Angel Reese and you got Caitlin Clark, okay? And it was this big thing about Angel Reese and she's better and forget Caitlin Clark or whatever, this and that. But yet, when the game I saw last night, I don't understand why people hate on Caitlin Clark. I just don't understand it. True, other people have gone before her and have done great things and maybe didn't get the notoriety that she's getting. And there's so many ways that you can look at that and so many different angles that can come into play. We'll be here until tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, she and this Angel Reese have polarized the league to where I'm watching on a Friday night. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, 2 years ago, even if it was on a Friday night, I was not watching. Yeah. So I am being entertained, which I'm sure a lot of people are. And you know what? When I saw Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, I said, I'm gonna watch it. And Caitlin Clark got the best of her. I think she's just a better. I think at her position, she's really good. And I think her teammates really like her. I don't really see I don't know, but I do know that Angel Reese though, that is what she had, like 10 and 10, but they were talking like she had like 20 and 30
because she had a double.
But you're right. It's like, but see, and that's another thing that when we talked about it offline, I didn't understand in a blowout why they still had the starters in the game. So I couldn't understand. It was like 3 minutes left. Caitlin Clark comes out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's coming out, whatever. And they have yet to throw in the towel.
No, they threw in the towel, but they just have to, listen, they are promoting their young star, and I get it. They want to be able to say, that it was her 23rd double-double, which I think was a record, which is impressive. But, they're definitely playing that. It's part of professional sports is marketing. You got to be able to market your young stars.
But at what cost? Because you know what I kept thinking about? God forbid she step on somebody's ankle. God forbid she get hurt. Their season is over.
But they're not a team that's competing for playoffs anyway.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. What did your thoughts, Fred? I know you watched the game.
I was watching and I was like, I know I can be like a fanboy sometimes for Caitlin Clark, but I kept thinking like, is she the best point guard in the league?
Wow.
And I think once you combine her ability to pass and play make, her ability to score, there's not really many other guards that do it both at the high level that she does. And I'm watching her do this in her first year,
right?
And just kind of projecting down the line, like, what's this she look like in year 3, year 4, year 5?
Right.
Our team's only going to get better. I mean, this was a team that had the first pick in the draft, so they're not, they struggled. They started off 1-7. Now they're 16-16.
Right.
So she's had a huge impact. I look at what she can do with her passing, with her scoring. Like, is she the best point guard in the league? I'm leaning on saying yeah.
What's your thoughts, MB?
So I'm just looking at the stats, and I want to clarify this. A double-double is a good feat. Like, it's an accomplishment because, and Angel Reese said it. She said if it was easy, everybody would do it. Right. And so it's not an easy thing for her to go out and get 11 rebounds and to even score she had 10 and 11 yesterday. And she only took 9 shots. So it's not like she's taken, 20 shots, but Caitlin Clark had 31 points, 12 assists on 14 shots.
Right.
Like, that's elite. Like, that's we're not talking about rookie of the year anymore. We're talking about, are you the best player in the league?
Right. Absolutely.
Right now, she's not the best player in the league, but like she's there. Like, she's in that conversation, in that talk. Yeah. Like, so I mean, and like I said, I don't think it's not to take anything away from Angel Reese. I think they're on 2 different levels, and I think Caitlin Clark knows they're on 2 different levels. That's why she doesn't really even get involved in it.
Right.
And somebody asked her today, like, what are your thoughts about the rookie of the year? And she's like, she goes, I don't want to speak for Angel Reese, but, I don't think either of us wake up every morning thinking about it. I know she does, and I don't know if Angel Reese does or not, but like, I think she's put herself in a different level. So she's good. And the hate is just that. It's hate. Like, if you don't like Caitlin Clark, it's deeper than basketball because she plays the right way. She's entertaining. She got 12 assists, so she's passing the ball. Can she be she whines to the refs? Oh, yes, but that's also because she grew up watching the NBA.
Right.
So that's what she does. Like, so,
I will tell you this. I saw a football check on her. She had got a steal or was the recipient of a pass from a steal. And I see this player come out of nowhere and just like body check her. I guess players don't like her, huh? Is that but why though? Is it like one of those things where sometimes you can have too much estrogen in the room, or is it one of those like no, it's the truth. I'm not trying to be sexist, nothing like that, but sometimes you can have too much estrogen in the room. Sometimes, because everybody fighting to be the queen. You know what I'm saying? So is it one of those things? Is it a jealousy thing, or is that Angel Reese stirring the pots like, yo, we don't like her, we don't blah blah blah, yo, get at her?
No, I think it's for these women, they have got to this place where they're professional athletes, right? And they don't get the recognition that they deserve. And then they see this girl who just kind of skyrockets, and everybody thinks she's just going to come in and dominate. And they want to prove like, hey, like, yes, she's a great player, but she's also coming into a league full of great players.
Right.
So I think they want to prove that. And then, there might be a little bit of jealousy there.
Jealousy.
You see people who are getting, she got NIL money. She has all these different sponsorships. And we've been kind of growing this league. And then everybody's going to give this girl the credit for blowing it up when it's kind of like the league's full of great players. Like the Aces have great players. You got the Storm have great players. Like the Liberty have great players.
Right.
It's just great players all across the league. And it's finally being marketed that way now. But it just took Caitlin and Angel to kind of come in and put the light on the total league.
Go ahead. Well, I wonder if because they're uplifting the league, so to speak, do they now go back to some of the A-level arenas? So like the Liberty was in the Garden initially, and now they're
go back to New York.
But you know why? Because it was the game was sold out last night, right? So I'm like, anytime you hear a sellout, I'm like, but professional sports, I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, damn, that's good, man. Sellout like 16, 15, 18,000, 20,000, 7. I think it might have been 6. So that's when I'm like, okay, how do we get back to, because now it's time to like really market this thing.
Well, I think it's one of those things where you have to kind of figure out, is it better to be full in a smaller arena
than empty in
in a larger arena?
Okay.
Because I would, going back to my college days, we played in a field house that held, I don't know, call it 3,000, 5,000. So I don't know how much it was.
Sure.
And there were games where it felt like that place was packed.
Right.
Right. But then we would go to this other arena that held 17, 18, whatever thousand, and they're not coming to see us. So like now there's still 5,000 people there. It's there ain't nobody here.
Ain't nobody here. Right. Okay.
Right. So I mean, I think that's part of the environment they have to create. And I think that's how they can make more money, because now if I have a 8,000 seat arena that's packed every day, I can raise ticket prices.
Got you. Okay. That makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I have obviously if I have a large arena, I'm paying more to use that arena.
Sure.
And now I can't raise my ticket prices because I still got to sell 7,000 more tickets.
That's true.
So I think it's just supply and demand. But I think they're on the way up. I think there's no doubt. The question, and I think they have, the good thing for them is they have young talent coming through that's going to still help carry. So like next year it'll be Paige, right? The year after that it'll be, I don't think Juju can come out after that.
Juju will be 2 years after that.
2 years. So like they still have, and then you have Hannah Hidalgo, all those type of girls who will be coming through, to keep the league, just with new talent. Not that these women that are there now aren't doing it, but it's always about new talent. It's just like the NBA, like who's the Victor Wembanyama, like generational talent. Like that's what's going to keep, the league growing.
Yeah, it's still a young league. I think the problem is we'll compare it to the NBA or NFL or MLB, other professional sports, and look at how grand they are. But, we're looking at a league that's 27 years old. Mm-hmm. So like it takes time to grow
percolate. Yeah, that's true. That's true. My only thing about the thing is that, I think that they have like their seasons in the perfect slot, because that's when people are fiending for sports. Yeah. Okay. But I think that you better jump on it before you miss the moment, because you have other leagues like the big 3 is going to grow exponentially in the next couple of years. Yes.
I just think they're missing the names.
Yeah.
I think they're missing like the big names to really get you to watch. Because I love basketball. I'm not watching a big 3 game.
Right. You're not watching it?
No.
Wow. So even if there's nothing else on, you're not watching it?
No.
Why? Okay, now why? Now let's get into that. Why? I'm just curious.
Just the name. If I'm who's this? I'm watching 3-on-3, and I'm just not.
So like when Mahmoud and them was playing, I'm like, well, Chris Jackson or whatever.
I don't really want to watch guys that are close to 50 play 3-on-3 basketball.
That's funny. That's cool. Now, what if Melo?
That's what I'm saying. They got to get the names to do it.
They get Melo, like a Wade or something like that.
Yeah.
I actually think it really has a lot of potential though. I think, and shout out to Ice Cube for even creating it though. But I think that, and he's got his thing the same time as the WNBA. So like, that's why I feel like, yo, you know what? The good thing for the WNBA is that it's these, like you said, these stars coming into the league is changing the narrative of how I see I think, you know what, in just women's sports, I always think it's been tough for men to like really buy into it. It's just being honest with you. But now it's really like growing, and you know, it's like exciting. It's Friday night. I'm watching the WNBA game.
And I think a lot of it has to go with just the level of the play. Like we're starting to see the women's game look more like the men's game with women shooting the ball from half court, with, you know, shots being blocked off the backboard. Girls have, you know, they can handle the ball, and they're, you know, they're crossing people up, and it's just more exciting. It's not just come down and run a play and get a, you know, an open mid-range jump shot. That's not. It looks more like the men's game, and I'm sure from a basketball purist, it's more what basketball's supposed to look like, right? Because it's, you know, it's not all one-on-one and all that, but they're still playing the game. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Let's get to the NFL. Happy guy over here.
Feeling good.
But tell me why though. I don't. Why?
We signed CD.
Oh, okay.
Locked up CD. So, you know, feeling pretty good about that. Got one of the best receivers in the league. So we're, you know, feeling good about it.
You had him already though. So I'm just saying,
okay. You know, he signed his contract.
He wasn't in camp.
In camp. So now we have him. Now, you know,
he's back.
Right.
Okay.
And him and Jerry are hugging, and it's great.
Okay. So does it make a difference though? I mean, does it make a difference?
Does CD Lamb make a difference? Yeah.
No, I'm saying on your team, like as far as like, is that changing the narrative of the Dallas Cowboys? Like
if we don't have CD, it changes the narrative. Yeah. I mean, CD's one of the best receivers in the league.
Okay. So you think, so you think Super Bowl? Or that's what I'm saying. I mean,
I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to win the Super Bowl now, but I'm saying
you can get there. You have the talent to get there.
We have the talent to get there. It's still a 2-man race in our division. There's 2 other teams in there. You might know who those other teams are. I'm not really familiar with them.
The Eagles is one.
The Eagles are one, and who's the team he likes to?
It ain't gonna be the Giants. I'll tell you that much.
But no, I just think, you know, you're just happy to have one of your franchise guys locked up.
I got you.
Now, Jerry Jones was asked about him being the general manager, and he said, there's no one else that can come in here and do the job that I do.
He's right. Nobody else can do the job that he does.
The job that he has done.
That he does. He's right.
Right.
He's right. I saw a quote from Dak Prescott this week where he said, "I don't even listen to Jerry anymore." And I saw it on Twitter, and I was like, this got to be fake, because, you know, all these different fake pages. And then I've seen it. Then I saw it. Like again on some credible source. I don't know if he's trolling. I don't know his relationship with Jerry. But I thought it was interesting that he came out and said, I don't really listen to what the owner says anymore. I tuned him out a while ago. So I don't know.
Well, see, and that was a question, because now he's on a expiring deal, right?
Yes.
So how do you think he approaches this season? And do you think that he's locked in?
Yeah, I think he's locked in. I think he's a veteran quarterback to where he's not letting like that contract situation affect his play on the field, and that could just be wishful thinking.
Okay.
But just his level of play, I don't think it'll dip off just because of that.
I think he feels some type of way. I
agree with that.
I think that, you know, the first time it happened and he said, okay, well, listen, I'll bet on myself, right? Mm-hmm. So he did that. He played that year on an expiring deal, right? Mm-hmm. And then did he get hurt that year though?
Gets hurt every year.
Something happens every year.
Something happened, whatever. But anyway, but he bet on himself. I think he had a good contract.
Is that DiNucci?
Right, that was DiNucci year. Right, yeah, Ben DiNucci. So now I guess he proves himself, and then now he's got to do it again. Why? I don't know if he plays like with that level of confidence. I don't know. I mean, you don't think that he can separate the two?
No, I mean, I think guys play on expiring contracts all the time. Usually it's not franchise quarterbacks.
Right.
I think for him, he's in a situation where no matter what happens this year, he's going to get paid somewhere.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
He's getting paid somewhere,
Okay.
whether it's in Dallas or not. And I think, and Fred, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's been pretty positive about where it's at. Like, he hasn't been like, I think if anybody, because did CD still had another year left on his contract?
CD had another year.
So I think if anything, that would bother me. So we're going to pay this guy who has another year left on his contract before we take care of me, who doesn't.
Right.
Right. I think that would bother me more than anything. But I think also CD said, I'm not coming to camp till I get my contract. So whoever puts their foot down is going to,
He said that too. Wow.
So I think, I think he'll be fine. I think he's going to play, like Dak plays. I think he's going to be up. I think he's going to have his downs. I think that's just going to be who he is. But I don't think it's going to be the thing I could see him doing. And I think this is natural for anybody is trying to prove not only to your team, but to other teams that you're worth that.
Right.
Dough.
Right. I got you. I mean, I like Dak. I think, I don't think that is he elite? No, I don't think he's elite. I think he's okay. He's not bad. He hasn't, I don't know if I look at him as elite or whatever, but maybe that could be my cowboy hater coming out too. So that I'm not sure about that.
I think elite is a word that gets thrown around a lot.
Too much.
I don't think he's.
I think would you say him and Hurts are kind of interchangeable? I would say so.
I would say right now he would have to be ahead of Hurts.
Yeah, but not that much though. Like it's like neck and neck. Pause. Right? Yeah.
I think he's ahead of Hurts.
Okay, like clearly advantage. Like
if we're putting if we're ranking them, he's definitely he's ahead.
Okay. Just because he's been in the league longer,
he's done more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He's okay. He's okay. Has he won? Wait, has Dak won a playoff?
That's it.
Okay, I had to go there, Fred. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Has Dak won a playoff series?
Dak has won a playoff game.
Oh, he did.
Yes.
Okay.
I think maybe 2. I think I throw all that in the back of my mind.
Okay, all right. So
but I want to say 2. I want to say 2 playoff games.
Okay. Are you confident about 1 though? You definitely.
I'm definitely confident about 1.
Okay. So right. And this is your team, right? So yeah. Okay. It's all good. Now listen. I'm in a very sad situation because I really want to root for the Giants, right? But I can't. They are the epitome of hot garbage. They suck. Mm-hmm. They're terrible. And then the Jets, I'm going to ride that wave. But if Aaron Rodgers is not getting it done, I don't think he definitely doesn't come back next.
Is that how it works in New York? Is it interchangeable? Are you're really able to go back between teams?
And listen, if the Jets aren't doing it and the Bills are having a good season,
you guys go up there too.
Go up there and grab one of that.
Well, no, I mean, it's like, you have options, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have Cologne, right?
No. Yeah, Cologne and professional teams are two completely different
choices. We're talking about choices. We're talking about access to choices.
I didn't know we were able to do that. It's
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we're riding the Jets wagon for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? For a little bit.
I don't know if I'm rocking with that. I don't think I can let you switch back and forth between teams during the year.
No. See, you know what it is? No. I understand. Because that's the same problem I had with MB. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is...
I can't let it happen.
No. The problem is you grew up here.
Right.
Right. So you only had you had 2 options, but you chose not... Because you could root for the Giants too. They play in your state. They help with the economy. They help with, with the taxes and stuff like that. Right. But you don't root for them.
I don't.
You root for... Oh, you don't even root for the Eagles.
No. My dad's from Texas. Was born in Texas. Was raised a Cowboys fan.
Okay. So you're like a... Okay. So then I'll leave you alone.
But I never go back and be like, I also live 15 minutes away from the link, so I'm going to be you kind of choose where you're going to root for. You kind of stick with it. Right?
No. That's for those that don't have the options.
Can you?
When you don't have
So
options,
here's a question for you. and we don't have a lot of time.
Sure, absolutely.
Sorry.
So is this just a New York thing, or is this for any place that has two teams? Do you think?
I think it's for any place. That's a good question.
So, like, do you think the
Lake, like LA?
Yeah. Do you think
Yes.
they? I don't think they do.
I think like let's say the Lakers, right? The Lakers lose, all right, and then now you have the Clippers, right? And it's the Clippers versus it's the LA Clippers versus say the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Those Laker fans are not going to root for the Boston Celtics.
No,
They're
not
gonna
root
the
for.
Clippers.
Not root for. I think rooting for it and like
They're gonna get behind.
and
They're gonna get
calling
behind.
them- Okay.
You also threw the Celtics in there, their biggest rival. If they're playing the Sixers, I don't think the Lakers fans are like pulling their Kawhi jerseys out and going.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they have jerseys, but sometimes it becomes like a territorial thing.
But like, so I don't think there's ever a season where a Lakers fan has been like, Clippers are better. I'm gonna be a Clippers fan this year.
Well, I mean,
Like you just said.
You just got to ride it out. Your team stinks.
nah. I mean, no. I'm gonna ride it out.
Both.
But how are
Yeah.
they both?
They're both my teams,
Both.
but one is above the other. Like, so I'm a Yankee fan, big time, but I rock with the Mets too.
No, that's not okay.
No, it's just it's choices. It's because but it's the same reason why you don't root for the Giants because they're in North Jersey, right?
Proximity.
It's a proximity thing. So in New York, we rep all things New York first.
This is the first time I'm ever hearing this.
Oh, well, sorry, education,
Okay.
baby, education.
So but you like the Sixers, though.
I do.
Okay.
And that's
so
because
people in New York, they can go with the Nets or the Knicks.
yes,
Okay.
they do both. They'll get behind both. You know what I'm saying? They like one more than the other, though. You know what I'm saying?
So
But they'll
basically,
get behind.
I'm hearing no loyalty in New York,
No, you're hearing loyalty in New York.
but just to New York though, not to specific teams.
There's loyalty to a team, but above that is loyalty to New York. Period.
Interesting.
So we don't, anything, we
Not true. It's just
it is no,
I was
it's
gonna
very true. We got to have a poll on it. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. Let the Knicks lose and Brooklyn still in the playoffs or whatever. All New York is getting behind Brooklyn.
So when it's a Nets and it's a Knicks, why is everybody not just up, just cheering every time somebody scores?
No. See what I'm saying?
Yankees and Mets, everybody
come
just
on.
we're just happy about everything.
No, you still have your team. But because there's no shade, but because you're blessed with options, you're blessed to be born in an area that has options. That's where you can pick, okay, you know what? Listen, I like St. John's. You know what I'm saying? St. John's lose, yeah, I'm rocking with Syracuse. So I actually like St. John's more than Syracuse. But I still love them both, you know what I'm saying? Because they're my teams.
I look at that Yankee hat completely different now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's just New York. That's not. I don't look like the Yankees anymore. I just see.
Well, this is the most famous hat. You'd have to agree.
But I'm saying I used to associate with the Yankees. Now I know when you wear it, it's just for all New York. Anybody that could be anything. Buffalo, Binghamton,
Albany.
He said Syracuse, like Syracuse is in the city.
No, but
Syracuse is a city team. I'll give you that.
Syracuse played in the Garden.
Syracuse is a city team.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Team that.
it's just having options. I'm gonna figure it out.
6 hours away.
It
No,
is.
but I think Syracuse is adopted
Sure.
by New York City. I'll
Absolutely.
say that. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Even though they're not good, you guys still root for them?
We root for our teams. You know what I mean? But the Giants, though, the only thing about the Giants, though, real quick, and we're done, is the Giants. They did that Saquon Barkley thing. I feel like they just ruined their season and their future for some years. You know what I mean?
And the way it came out was
See, I haven't even watched it. I haven't watched it. You all watched it?
I watched it, yeah.
It was terrible.
It made it look so bad.
Really, they was actually like beefing on there type of thing.
It just looked like the Giants were like asleep at the wheel and didn't think that anything else. They undervalued Saquon.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing. All right, so last question with that, and then we're going to get into the Olympics. I know because you got to rock, Fred. Yo, what was worse? Letting go of Saquon, the Giants, or TNT dropping the ball on the NBA? Because they both kind of like underestimated, right?
So I'll say TNT because
I say that too.
TNT, you were at the top of the game.
Right. You had it going on.
And now you just fell off. Like now you have nothing. Whereas the Giants weren't good anyway, and you let him get away. And now you're just
now you're just even worse now.
But yeah, so I'd say TNT.
Yeah. You say TNT too?
TNT.
Okay. All right. Same thing here. All right. Let's land the plane here real quick. So I sent you guys, I'm not even sure we're going to get into it too much. But did you guys get a chance to watch the videos?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm pissed. I didn't get a chance to watch the first video. I got a chance to watch, what was it, Waldo?
Okay. You watched Waldo. Okay.
Waldo.
All right. So we're going to do the final tally next week. But watch the video. I'm going to tell you one thing. I watched Waldo. Kelly, I only had to watch one. Mm-hmm. And I mean, when I say one, I mean like, it's like maybe like 8 minutes and stuff. Yeah. All I had to do was watch the first one. I said,
the first one.
What? The first one. I was like, yo, she won this. You know what I'm saying? Because she's dumb. Oh my God.
I've never watched that show before, so that's I've never seen it.
Okay, so I'm gonna just explain this real quick. The first one, she's, and I forgot that she used to do that stuff on TV, right? So she came out and she said, "Look, Dad, this is what they want me to wear," and opened up her trench coat, and it was like a bikini. Right? So everybody's looking and they clothes, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, I just don't want people to just look at me for my body. I want them to look at me for and then Al Bundy says, mind? And then she says, no, I don't mind.
I know. I
said, yo, that's it.
That was my reminder of how bad she was.
Yeah, she was bad.
Okay, I gotta watch it.
I bet you if I go further, it's going to be worse than that.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. I think it's going to be worse.
I didn't watch both either.
I watched the first one.
I watched a bunch of them.
Okay.
So you guys have her jumping Waldo.
I said possibility.
Right now, I think I have her head of Waldo.
Okay, I gotta watch it.
So definitely watch and let me know. But anyway, final thoughts, Fred. Go ahead.
Just excited to start the school year. New school year is always exciting. You get to meet a new group of kids. Be a part of shaping some futures, be a part of some journeys. Okay. And it's exciting. And then I'm looking, and it's almost September, and November will be before you know we'll be at basketball season. So
absolutely,
just ready for the year to start.
Got you. Let me ask you: do you have to dress up on the first day of school?
I'll usually throw on like a basketball polo or something, but for the most part,
that's pretty. Okay, yeah. All right. Final thoughts, Coach.
I just want to, I guess, give condolences to.
That's right. We ain't told.
Yes. Johnny Gaudreau, Matthew Gaudreau, NHL hockey players that have South Jersey ties, who were tragically killed in a car accident. I'm not a huge hockey guy, but I definitely had heard that name and knew a little about Johnny Gaudreau. So just condolences to their family and all the people that were,
Absolutely. I selected that community down there where I work in Penns Grove, because I think it happened in Oldman's Township or something like that, and it's a very dark road. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what time it happened or whatever, but it's a very dark road. And then when you start adding that drinking into it, it's not a good situation. I think, and then rest in peace of this other kid, I forget his name, Weigel, I think it's Quentin Weigel or something, Weigel or something his name. Because I think he got into an accident on that. Somebody was driving down the wrong way, drunk, and hit him, and he tragically died. I think that was on the same stretch of road, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Definitely don't mean no disrespect by reporting it wrong. But the thing what I'm trying to say is that, for those that, go out and have extracurriculars or whatever, like you have to understand when you're doing stuff like that, you're really putting not only your own life, but other lives in jeopardy.
Right.
And that is, there's no coming back from that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So please, just definitely be more responsible. But yeah, any other?
No, just gotta going to a my wife. I want to see what she said. She said it's we're going to a barbecue tomorrow. So I'm gonna see. I don't know what's gonna. I'm gonna report back what
okay
what it is.
Okay, all right. Now, what are you bringing?
Probably the extracurriculars.
Okay. But you're not coming up. You're not bringing like a pack of steaks and you're not doing that. Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. And then
Some cups.
And yeah.
No, you know what we do when we go to this place, we always bring the juice boxes for the kids.
Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. Now, what would you prefer? The little baby water, I call them the little nipple bottles, you know what I'm saying? Or the big bottles?
I would prefer the regular size bottles. That's what I would prefer.
Right.
But I understand if you're at a barbecue or a cookout, either one. If someone brings the little ones, I get it because these always end up half full all over the place. So I definitely understand it.
They are. That should be a competition too. What is wasted more? The classic water bottle or the red Solo cup? Because when you put the red Solo cup down, it's done.
Yeah.
It's done. So that's just, you know what I mean? But anyway, listen, same for me, just getting back to work. Excited.
You're trying to sell it.
I'm trying.
It's the start of the year, man.
It's the start of the year. She is different though for me. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I love the children. I love my job and whatever. It's just, I don't know. But I'm excited to see some people. We do have to dress up. Do you have to dress up on the first day of school?
Well, I have a shirt I have to wear. Like we have like a school shirt.
Polo.
No, t-shirt.
Oh, t-shirt. Yeah, we got to go in a suit.
Everybody does?
Well, I know the guidance people, you know what I'm saying? We got to dress up. Office staff usually do. I mean, and I'm not saying that we have to. Let me just be clear. Because maybe this is just a tradition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody come in fresh that first day or whatever. Maybe I break the tradition this year. Maybe I come in just regular. Because it goes to the suit, then into the regular flow. You guys have a work flow of clothes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Something starts on Monday, the following week. Maybe it can be used on Friday.
Yeah, it's
okay, in the rotation.
Yeah, rotation.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. But anyway, listen. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Please continue to follow us on all social media networks, particularly X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We are actually growing. Shout out to Trey Allen. Trey Allen's been doing a great job, like creating some reels and putting some stuff out there. So shout out to Trey Allen. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. But on behalf of Doc Bryce, Coach Fred Batty, and Coach Marcus Bullock, we wish you guys a wonderful, happy Labor Day, the worst holiday, but it's all good. We wish you a happy holiday and a good weekend, all right?